forget my speech. You really forget.
Drink coffee, drink coffee.
I'm with you, Jenny. I'm with you.
Should have recorded.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Part of a speech.
Today, I'm going to give the most boring speech of my life. Because it's Project 7. Research your topic. Research are based on facts. And facts are all very boring. That's why all your lectures are so boring. I like fairy tales. Like Cinderella, Snow White, and the 7 dwarfs. Have you ever wondered why is it 7 and not 6 or 8? Interesting, right? So today, let's get back to reality. I'm going to talk about this thing called coffee. I believe that every one of you can at least drink once in your life coffee. Whereas to keep yourself awake so that you can study for exam the next day, or just for pleasure at the Starbucks. So, do you all know what is the ingredient in coffee that keep us awake?
Sugar.
Okay, very impressive. I didn't expect that so many people really know, because I just figured out this yesterday when I was doing research. Which means that 50% of my speech is actually coffee. So now the next question is, does everyone know how does this caffeine, or what does this caffeine do to our brain to make us awake? Anyone? Okay, good, no one. Sorry, I can't let y'all know, say that y'all know the answer. Because if I let y'all say everyone knows, then my speech will be 100% complete. And I'm going to fear this project. So I'm not going to let it happen. So I will assume that no one knows how this caffeine affects our brain. Which means today my topic is not just coffee, it's coffee and the brain. This is Mr. Smiley. And Mr. Smiley has a brain. On his brain, there's a lot of hair. These are receptors. So when we are awake, when we wake up in the morning, this is what our brain looks like. Fresh, happy. We should be smiling, like Mr. Smiley.
Okay.
When we are awake, our brain produces this chemical called adenosine. In layman terms, it's called the tired chemical, which means the chemical that makes you feel tired. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine is produced. Which makes sense. The longer you stay awake, the more tired you get. And why we get tired is because this adenosine binds together with our receptors to make us tired. So now, Mr. Caffeine comes into play. Surprisingly, caffeine have the same structure as the adenosine. Which means when we drink a cup of coffee, the caffeine enters our brain, and this is what happens. It will replace the adenosine to make us less tired again. Which means coffee don't make us awake. They make us less tired. But there's a side effect for this. When we have all caffeine, our brain will react by producing more receptors. Which means you will need more caffeine to keep yourself awake. This explains why if you're a coffee drinker, you will need more coffee than those that don't drink coffee to stay awake. So those drinking coffee. Which also means, if you wake up in the morning and you don't drink coffee at all for the whole day, more adenosine will flow in. It will make you feel more tired than you have ever started drinking coffee. Coffee gives us the rush. It also increases our dopamine level.
Fallout, eh?
And in English, dopamine level is called the happy chemical, which means the chemical that makes you happy. And what are the other things that increase dopamine level? There are things like cocaine, food, kissing, and kissing while you're lying on the bed. If you realize all these things are addictive. We got drug addict, food addict, sex addict, and of course, coffee addict. Which means whatever that is addictive is all caused by this dopamine level, which makes you happy, and then you remember the feeling and want to be happy again. A cup of coffee have an average of 150 mg of coffee. After 6 hours, you only left 75 left.
Oh my god, it's radioactive.
And another 6 hours later, you only left this number. Which means you will allow more caffeine to jump in back to your brain. I mean more adenosine to jump in back to your brain. Which means you will need more coffee to keep awake. So if you are taking coffee as just a drink, like drinking water, I will urge you to think twice. Why? Because you need to think of the negative consequences in the long run. Of course, I'm not saying coffee is not good. It's great. It's created for a reason. And since Singapore did not ban it, which means it's still okay to drink it. So, my advice is you drink it for a purpose. If you are drinking so that the next day you want to study for your exam, go ahead. If you are drinking for pleasure or because you are thirsty, please don't do so. There's many replacements, like the $2 bottle drink series is selling. For sure, I got a commission for selling for her. So if you are someone that don't really like coffee, I would say keep up the good job. If you are someone that loves to drink coffee like President from Obama, I don't know. I would say good luck.
Thanks. Keep Red Bull, man.